Alright, we should be going live right around now. Let's see if I can... God damn it. Do my dogs have to start barking as soon as I turn on the stream? Swear. Little rat bastards. Alright. Early bird, boop. Alright, we're doing day 3. I know it's a little later in the day this time around, and I don't know how many people will be here, but I have free time today. I feel like doing this. Okay, let's start with, God damn it. Are you kidding me? I swear. Just loves to torture me. Alright, Mario Kart. Hello, Kieran, Cheap Cheap. Let's start. GP. 100cc class. Yes. Yoshi seems to be our winning boy. We still haven't finished Special Cup race. Now I've made progress in other Mario Karts. I've been practicing off stream for those for the later ones, but I never finished the first one. So every now and then, I'm just gonna keep going back to the first Mario Kart. And we're already off to a bad start because the game has already robbed me of high placing. But I'm actually drifting decently well. So this game, I've realized how similarly the first Mario Kart controls to Super Circuit in disguise. Though Super Circuit does pretty much the entire concept better. And you remember, I need to use items with the B button. Like a psychopath. Yeah, so to drift in this one, you have to, like, waggle it back and forth, kind of, to get it to go the way you want. Like, all you literally need to do is press left. Or the opposite direction you're drifting from. But that's usually left, I find. On a technical level, that's all you need to do. But easier said than done. My goal with this one is not exactly to get gold. It's more just to not rank out. Look at that shit. This is part of what's so evil about this goddamn Mario Kart is, like, yeah, obviously the racers cheat. That's a very well-known fact about this game. Yada yada, who cares? It's the fact that they cheat in such a way that, like, is perfect to counter you. It's not like they just rubber band and speed up to be, like, right behind you. That's just gameplay balancing. Like, that I can kind of understand. But, like, I'm trying my damnedest. And I'm still in low rank. I'm more doing the reason I would be save scumming a little bit more if I was trying to actually, like, hard finish this race by, like, by going just straight to the main menu. But I need to practice this game's nonsense more, because it's such a whiplash going from any of the later ones. Because I have played a little bit of, even the ones we haven't gotten to yet, I played a little bit of just so I have a feel for the controls so I don't waste a ton of time there. And a lot of them I've played anyway, like Double Dash I played before. Even though I don't play a lot of I haven't played a lot of Double Dash or anything. I just have played it before. But it will be the game I'm the least familiar with after Super Circuit. Which is fitting because it's the one right after Super Circuit. Gotta love how the red shell does not do anything. I mean, it does sometimes when the game feels like letting you hit your opponent. Okay, we're gonna... So how the drift works in this game, more or less, is that you have to press. You start turning one way, then you switch to turning the other way midway at the end, and it cancels the momentum, so you keep the tight. So you keep the tight turn. Is how it explains. So like, if you're drifting right, at the end of your drift, you tap left to correct yourself. Yeah, I'm kind of playing them in order. The rule of thumb is I can more or less beat one to move on to the other. But I still, by the end of the series, have to beat all of them at some point. It's kind of what we established with Stream 1 and 2. The good thing about this game, though, is off-roading is not super punishing. Goddamn, want two moles. How do I... The other thing that's so nonsense about this game is that every CPU is immune to whatever they subject to you on the course. So, like, you can't rob coins from anyone. They can rob coins from you. They can't be hit by Monty Moles, but you can be hit by Monty Moles. They don't get items, technically, but they do get to use items, even though they didn't collect any. It's defined by character, though, what they're capable of. They can, like, jump over any projectile, pretty much, because there's no blue shell. There's no guaranteed hit item, even the red shell. Like, look at that. I can't jump over that Bowser Fire, but he can throw out Bowser Fire. And there's no Bowser Fire item. It's not in the wheel. I've found that I like controlling Yoshi the most. Okay, I might be able to pull this off. Okay. Go so late, make a FNAF video? I will. I am going to get there. I am just getting used to a new work schedule. So, it's going to be a little bit before I can really make a new FNAF video. I'm also struggling to pick which one I want to make a video on. Like what I want, because I have several video ideas. Oh, come on. But I'm not really sure what's a good, like, kind of return to form video, you know? Weirdly enough, the video I feel I would argue the most confident in writing-wise, script-wise, and all that is kind of the most controversial video premise I have, which is a video titled Andrew Hibernating Evil, that kind of attempts to work Andrew into the story of FNAF 1 through 6 a little bit better than he's sort of integrated even in Frights. Because Frights really doesn't integrate him into the prior story, it kind of tacks him on to the end of it. Is how I would explain how Frights did it. It really just said, like, oh, and he was here the whole time. Whereas this video would kind of attempt to explain what that means and looks like a bit more. It's similar to, like, how when the Mimic first appeared, it's just like, what the fuck is this thing? Has it been here the whole time? It was a really weird inclusion. I just need at least 4th place to not rank out, and I can't even get that. Yeah, Crash Master, what are you curious about? You have a favorite Mario Kart game? It's 8. 8 just perfected it to me. World might replace it. I'll have to play World. So this is funky. It must be where the RAM is loaded in this game, because the place it sticks you in when you retry... That was the mushroom. Gotta love the mushroom.
whatchamacallit, the place the mushroom sticks you in this game, or not the mushroom, the retry button resticks you in, seems to be where you were at rank wise on your prior attempt. Because I was not in 5th place. Oh my fucking god. It really is that every item in this game sucks, along with the controls not being good, along with all the NPCs being bullshit. And the fact that you have... This truly is the Dark Souls of Mario Karts. And I don't even mean that in, like, Dark Souls just means a hard game. I mean it's like it expects so much from you. And it's so precise. Like, all you get to do with half your items is cut corners. Basically. Like, oh, I get a slight advantage of the person immediately in front of me. There is no 150cc in this game as far as I'm aware. Unless there is, and you unlock it later. Yeah, Koresh Metro, what was your question? Oh, wow, $10. Shit. Okay, that's a loaded question. I was reading all of it so I could... So, to repeat the question... Crashmaster's thinking about making a video actually trying to solve the FNAF lore. And yet, you know, that's a tricky question when it comes to theorizing, because... A, what does solving the FNAF lore mean is kind of a question. Also to consider. Fuck off. I can't even use the water, like the feather to hop out of the goddamn water. I'm just stuck there. And Kamek doesn't even save me. And then everything has a bouncy physics in this game, so you just like... It's like the Medusa heads from goddamn Castlevania. Okay, so solving FNAF is a weird topic because exactly what it means kind of changes from person to person. This is something I've actually been... One of the things I've been considering for a comeback video kind of is making a complete FNAF-like timeline. Just actually finally going out and making it. After all this time kind of thinking about making it and never actually like following through on it. And then there's some questions I raised where I'm like, okay, the big one for me, that's the perfect example of why solving FNAF lore is tricky is, do you go with the thing that fills the most holes, or do you keep trying new ideas until you find something that fits all of the holes? And that's part of why no timeline's ever aged perfectly, is because there almost never is an answer that seems to truly fill either. A lot of times it is just the first. You go with the idea that fills the most holes, and that's often what people consider solving FNAF lore. But that's not always like the perfect explanation, you know? Like, for the longest time, the idea of the bite victim being the dreamer in FNAF 4 was considered the option that filled the most holes. That was considered the correct answer. That was solving the lore for a long time. And then it was proven wrong. Just because people didn't look at the evidence in the right way, because we just weren't thinking about things the right way. The Golden Freddy being the vengeful spirit is the more extreme example of this, where there used to be one pretty well accepted answer to that question. And then it was kind of proven that that might not be the case. Maybe not proven, but like given reason to doubt, you know? Elizabeth First was really popular for a long time also, for example. Like, there's a lot of theories that just seem like the common consensus of being correct, and they don't really end up holding up. I'm not going to say Greg Ball was an example, because it wasn't. It was more of a game theory exclusive sphere of influence thing, you know? But that was another example where it's like MatPat treated that as just like a correct theory for like 6 videos. Oh, fucking finally. I've always wanted to do that skip. I've saw that like the past like few times I tried to finish Special Cup. I wish this game had drafting. Oh, fuck off. Sister Location, though, is I was kind of talking about this, is the example of where I feel the most frustrated with what's solving me. Because, on one hand, if you take the statement about the Springlock suit at super face value, and you try to say, well, it's a Springlock suit, those are banned after 1985, or it can't be that much later than 1985, or earlier, then, you know, you can't... Then you can say, okay, well, Elizabeth must die before 1985 if she's the Springlock, if she comes from the place with the Springlock suit in question. That should just be how that just straight up works. Okay, I forgot this course existed. You know? Okay. So it kind of depends on what your angle is. You know, is the other big thing. It's like, if I want to make a timeline, for example, about William, where one of my focal pitches, one of my core concepts, is proving that the series is about William's escalation, let's say. Which is, for a long time, that's what my timeline, even though I never released a timeline video, that's how I viewed the timeline was. It was about the endless escalation of William's schemes and plans and how it would all come back to bite him. That's how I interpreted the FNAF lore for a long time. But that doesn't necessarily need to be the case. So, and depending on what your fundamental thesis is, in a way, that changes a lot. If your thesis is it's all about the missing kids, for example, and that's going to change things a lot. You're going to want to push the missing kids to be earlier. If your thesis is just whatever explains each individual random dialogue line or clue, oh, god damn it. Okay, I've got 1 life left, and I'm not even on Rainbow Road. Thanks, Luigi Lito, for showing up for the stream. I always like when someone who's like not really into the channel shows up, because it helps ground the madness a little bit. That phase through them. Ghost shell. There's no easy way to make a turn. Like, you can't just lean. Like, there's no... With actual car physics, you know, you can just kind of lean over a little bit and, like, slowly leak into another lane. That's a thing you can do in real physics and life. Not this game. You just turn... It's because you're turning, like, the entire universe around you. Is basically how this car controls. Remember when fucking Hondas were in Toyotas? I don't remember which one. I don't remember who made it into Mario Kart 8, but that was such a funny brand deal. They were so out of place, because they're not karts. Everything else is like, oh, it's kind of a funny premise, it's kind of a kart. Whatever, that will work. Okay. Yeah, turning map and moving player. It's not moving player. That's part of what's so fucking weird about it. It's so... Mario Kart. This is Torment Evil Mario Kart. The Rainbow Road. This one... So the weird thing is... I find this course so antithetical to like what Mario Kart should be by design. Because the way you beat this course, in my experience so far, is you just don't use one of the core mechanics, which is drifting. It's such a nonsensical thing to me to play a track where the way to win, as far as I'm aware, is to just never drift. Like, the button is just evil, and you have to be as close to the center at all times as possible. I should have braked there. And now I'm going to be killed by the fact that item spam is absurdly evil and unstoppable. Because stuff like that, where now if I touch anyone, I die. And I basically just guarantee lose the race. It lasts so long, too. You can't even, like, waggle out of it, like with the Monty Moles. And it's not even, like, a one-and-done thing, like with the goddamn star. Which also is super punishing. Like, I might as well have lost the race. And I can't cut corners to save time because I'll fall, because if you touch any black pixels on the side of this course, you lose. And I get no attempts because all the other courses are also ridiculously hard. And stupid fucking NPCs that are immune to the goddamn thwomps. And I can't turn away from them because of how the game controls. It's just a nightmare. This is dittophobia. This is what Rory was really experiencing. You know, Short Story talked about how he saw rabbits and monsters. That wasn't really the actual thing he was afraid of. Yeah, I'm fucking fail. No, I'm not actually stuck on the first one for day 3. I've been going through them. You'll see I've done progress on the other courses. Because I realized, like, beating my head into a wall is not going to help me win. So, I'm pretty much done with Mario Kart 64, I'll say. For the intent, like, I would say the goal of this collective series, maybe, is how I would phrase it, is to maybe get gold on the kind of default difficulty at bare minimum for all courses. And for now, I just want to be able to beat the special course. That is my only, like, vision. That is my goal right now. Like I said, everything is so goddamn bouncy. You can't touch anything. Because touching anything in this game is bad. Other than coins and item boxes, everything you make into contact in this loses time in one shape or form. Just in varying degrees of punish. It's part of why being stuck in the middle, where I'm at, is so insufferable. And being stuck behind is even worse, but it's because you have to go through the middle to get to the front. Like I said, I make one fucking wrong turn, I bound into the wall, and I can't turn around. This is me trying my hardest to turn. There's gotta be a faster fucking way to turn other than using the stupid drifting, which doesn't work half the time. Okay, I'm just going to drift around those corners. It seems like I can drift around those pretty reliably. God damn it. They're emulated. I emulated all the game. You hop again? That's not how I've been doing the drift. The drift, I just tap the other direction and it stops the momentum. But I'll try hopping again to... That doesn't... I don't know what you're talking about there. I mean, that's a bad example because I hit someone there, so... Okay, oh, that seems to be another way to do it. Okay, that kind of works, yeah. Okay, sure. That's a little bit better. I have to kind of let off the gas, though, for it to really do its magic. Okay, yeah, I can use that. Stupid grapple. Oh god, it let me actually hit someone. I'm just shocked and scared by anything not behaving the way I think it will in this game, honestly. That just, like, constantly, like, alarms me. And I'm left like, what the hell? Like, this game is so unintuitive, unresponsive. So yeah, the hop, though, seems a little weird. It still seems to launch me a little bit. I am somehow in first place. I can't read chat right now because I am using all of my marine power to get first place. Steer for corner, let go of drift, immediately press GIF to hop, main steer, straighten out after. It's not foolproof, but it does help the zoom deck. Okay. Well, it's good enough. I just want to be done, because once we get to, like, Mario Kart Wii, where it's just madness and kind of a slot machine with basic Mario Kart gameplay, I'll be able to, like, actually talk to chat a bit more. For now, you're gonna have to put up with me suffering. I can't jump over it. It's like a black hole. I mean, sometimes it lets me jump over it, but, like, the timing is so precise, and it's not where you think it should be. Okay, yeah, and drifting is, like, the worst in this game. Because then you hit someone, and it's like, oh, this drift I really had planned in my head. I mean, that wasn't the worst example, but it is an example of how, like, the NPCs just completely destroy your ability to prepare for something in this game. And then I was able to jump over water there. Cheap. Okay. As long as I'm remotely near first. Do I even drift on this course? I'm thinking about it now. And I'm trying to think of, like, what corners am I drifting around, you know? There's this one? But this one ends so quickly. Hell yeah, Donkey Kong Jr. It's always a blessing when DK wins, because that means Koopa didn't. And because of the rival system, Koopa is the one I really have to worry about. Mario Kart DS is also really good. To grind for weeks, right run. That sounds about right. Then there is 150 on this. I don't know if 150... I'm assuming 150 is worse. I'm just thinking about doing some of these turns without... What? Okay, game. Fuck me. Okay, no item boxes. Fine. Okay, yeah, the tapping does help a little bit. It seems a little...
It's still unreliable because this game is janky as shit. Why did I turn there? I tapped right for a second and it launched me all the way there. There was no gravel there. There was no texture to imply I would lose control there. It just sent me careening. Why I have like the NES controller in the bottom corner. So I could, maybe it's like registering me as pressing a little longer than I am on the physical controller. Is that possible? Like emulators can be a little bit weird about that. If it's not like a perfect straightaway. Hey, DK. He's Donkey Kong.
So I'm still holding out near first place. Actually, I am in first place. But this is going to be the one that kind of makes or breaks. I mean, Rainbow Road, I'm not going to say I'm locked in for fourth place. Because I wouldn't go that far. But I will say, why did I drift there? That wasn't even, like, I know this game has like a drift thing where if you hold left or a hard direction and you're going too fast, it will force you to go out of control. It's just part of this game's cruelty. Why is DK not immune to the items, but it seems like everyone else is? I couldn't turn left. If I turned left, I'd be launched into the bricks. Or water, I don't remember what was there. I'm too fucking angry. I want to be done with this so I can play fun Mario Karts. And that's a lie, because I have to play more Super Circuit. On the bright side, this might be my gold trophy run. Holy shit. Oh. And Koopa's in third place.
This is my chance. If I'm going to get gold on all 100s, this is the run. I've played Super Monkey Ball games that function in a more rational way than this game does. Just need to not be hit by stupid shit like that. No, how can I turn fucking tighter? If I fucking hop, it sometimes just sends me off! This game just exists to bully you. And the worst part is I can't retry because it sends you to whatever place you're currently in, or if you press retry. And Oh my fucking god. You touch nothing. And it still finds a way to force you to touch something, and if you touch anything, you suffer. I can't... It's impossible to explain how turning in this game feels. I feel like lightning is such a weird item because it's so strong sometimes. Because I'm not holding down gas when I do shit like that. This has all been me struggling to get back to 7th place, which I will take over 8th. Okay, first retry. It is a vacuum. It genuinely seems to pull you towards it sometimes. See how if I touch fucking anyone, it kills my momentum in like the most punishing way. It never like pushes me forward. It's only weirdly sideways or backwards. I can't fucking like, you just can't hold your ground. You're a bumper car. If anyone touches you, it fucking like launches you. Like, I have to go these weird corners and stuff. Like, I know it's like, you might just think, like, watching this, like, well, don't take the corners that sharp. I have to because the NPCs take up the whole fucking road. And then there's the fucking thwomps. I haven't fucked up once since the start of this race. Shut up, me. And I was gonna say, and I'm still trapped in 7th place. This one, because Mario is fucking impenetrable and takes up this entire goddamn tiny road. And the game only gives me bad items. The mushroom is useless in this game. It's such a small time gap getter. And the fucking red shell never hits anyone in this goddamn course. It's practically a shotgun. It doesn't give me the lightning. Okay, this time I'll start in 6th place. Okay, I'm gonna ban someone in chat real quick. There we go. I don't... Hold on. There we go. Alright, sorry. Alright. And of course it fucking crashes. Are you kidding me? The weight of the character, though, is a double-edged sword. Because on one hand, it makes starting up in this game... I'll play some DK just to illustrate this point. To illustrate what I'm talking about. The problem with the heavyweight characters is, yes, they are nearly unstoppable when they really get going. However, you almost never get to nearly get going, because look where you start in this game. You start in 8th place. And that's not unusual in Mario Kart. It's just usually they aren't this punishing. Look how much time they get over me. You know how much I've talked about how, like, this game in particular is super punishing for being in last place? where you get constantly bullied by other fucking racers. By the way, I hit the item button there and it just didn't use the item. Like, I'm doing well because I've practiced the shit out of this course by this point. But if I was Yoshi, I would have already been maybe near first place. The benefit of the heavy characters is that when they get going, it's sort of, the heavy characters sort of accentuate the weird punishing way this game works even more. Also, by the way, the bumping that is not fixed. They still touch me, send me off to the fucking water, and I can't move because the characters who are heavy in this game are dirt slow, and I'm back in last place. Now I can make more of a comeback attempt in last place. This is DK. But when I look how fast he bumped me forward. We're technically sideways from my point of view, which just corroborates my point that I don't think they can bump you that much forward in this game. It feels like the weird way they do the physical like detection assumes. Hold on, let me restart so I get my flags back. Would I rather play Super Mario Kart or FNAF 2? If I'm trying to beat both, I'd rather play FNAF 2. Because beating FNAF 2 means Night 5. I want to try Luigi. I want a bit more of a compromised character. So I do want the benefit of speed, but I don't want... and weight, but I don't want the drawback of being made out of paper. I'm just going to hop off course like that near the start when I'm playing Luigi, because you need to do something to not touch them, because touching them is more of a death sentence, because you're going off course anyway, so you might as well go off course on your terms in a way that's beneficial for you, rather than fucking hitting the reverse magnets that are other cards. Because of shit like that. Because of shit like that. 8th place. And this is why I fucking played Yoshi. I conned myself into thinking it might have been worthwhile to try another character. Do you think Afton was a registered Republican? It's not impossible. The only good one. The only good one. The other thing that makes Yoshi good, in my opinion, a little bit more so than Koopa, is Koopa is not that bad of a threat as a first place runner, aside from being fucking bullshit. But everything in this game is. You know, it's the same problems every fucking, like, character does. And the fact that he's low, I don't think they have stats, actually. Now that I'm thinking about it, I don't think other than weight, they have the CPU racers really have any other stats that matter, other than what item they use. Sticking to my theory that these two turns are the best ones to drift on.
God damn it, Monty fucking Mole. And that fireball is still there because none of the CPUs can be hit by it. So it's just going to be there until I get hit by it or I perfectly dodge around it every fucking lap. Okay, DK. God damn it, Monty fucking Mole. It wouldn't be so bad if he didn't completely shut down your momentum sometimes. And other times he doesn't. I don't get how Monty Mole works in this game, aside from he sticks to your head, you have to shake him off to slow him down, to stop him from slowing you down. Alright. I just need to get to the end. I just want to beat this fucking course. That itself is a Herculean task. Yeah, maybe it's just Perseus. I don't know. Herculean task. Holy shit. See, you can hop over it. So we do make food here. The one saving grace of this game, on a scale of things that suck, like the fact that I jumped there and the game did not register it, is you can jump over the rough to not completely lose time and speed. Or at least it feels like it. Or at least the rough is not so punishing that it is a complete kill to go there sometimes. They always go that wide way around. But I seem to gain time on them when I go the other way I've been going. Okay, first place. Just do what you always do. Just do what's been keeping you in first place. Okay, perfect. Whatever. Sire versus Monty Mole boxing match. I'm waiting for it. Personal head canon question. Who is better, pizza, Chuck E. Cheese, or Freddy's? I would say Freddy's used to have better pizza, but the FNAF 1 Freddy's has worse pizza than Chuck E. Cheese. Like 1985, primo of its time Freddy's, actually decent pizza. Once you get to like the shitty age of Freddy's, which is like the whatchamacallit, which is like the like 1990s Freddy's, it really starts to suck from there. Fuck me. And now I'm one mistake, by the way, launched me to 5th place because of how this game works. I don't know a Mario Kart game that is as punishing to fuck up once in this game as in this game. And the item placement also sucks on this course, because you kind of have to skip an item to sometimes use some of the items. Effectively, like that last straightaway, is one of the only places you can use like a mushroom without fucking up things. And like here, item boxes are here. The shortcut to use the thing is there. So I had to skip an item to use an item. You just don't get the benefit on this course. And I just had to eat that. Oh, holy shit, they knocked me forward. It is possible. It does exist. Okay. Can I lap Luigi? No. Yeah, I don't know what's with Koopa in this game, to be completely honest. He seems like he's designed wrong, like they just copied DK's code over on a different weight character. It's a shame that this level kind of blows, because the visual of this level on the map looks kind of cool. And the goal of this one really just is like finish as fast as possible, which I know is like, oh, that's the goal of every Mario Kart. In this level in particular, it's just like take the corners, try to be done with it. Like, I think this is a risk-reward stage, basically. God damn it. That wasn't even risk. I was just playing the goddamn course the way it was meant to be played. But that's how this game is. Like, you get punished for doing things right, it feels like. You have to be a little bullshit yourself to win in this course. Yeah, this game, it's not even just the rubber banding, it's the complete ruthlessness of everything else in the game. But I think I actually might. I don't know if I'll get gold in this one. It's all up to how Rainbow Road feels like. But I have the right setup for it. I think I'm gonna have to. I might have to start like really braking to like maintain control in this one. Fucking see what I mean? The mushroom sucks in this game, because it's not like it's useful. It's not like it benefits you to use the mushroom in this game. It just launches you to the end. What the fuck does the mushroom do, the feather even do on this course? There's no shortcuts. It's a fucking circle, basically, with a curve in it. It's a circle where they fucking transform tooled part of it. And I fucking get want there's no use for the feather on the stage. And I can't see any of the coins that exist in this level, so I can't recover. I've just lost. The only coins I get are ones I cannot see, because this is the most evil utilization of mode fucking 7 ever. Okay. Fuck Toad. Bowser, why are you mini? Wait, did someone actually get hit by another item in this game? Fucking, you can't turn. I braked so I could turn better. And it still punished me. Okay, I'm in 4th place. That's all I really need. If I get to 3rd place, that itself will be a miracle. God damn it. God damn it! And I've lost because of fucking Bowser's stupid, impossible physics. Super Mario Kart is the Rainbow Road of Mario Kart games? Yeah. Oh yeah, fuck. There's gonna be a lot of swearing in this. The worst part is I've gotten actually pretty decent at the other tracks leading up to this one. You have to, because Rainbow Road is just merciless.
because it's not just that it's like, oh, it's a hard course. There's no safety net. There's nothing you can bump into. You know, yada yada, the usual like punishing things. It's the fact that if anything, any other player touches you, it's like almost as bad as water. In some ways, worse. I'm holding brake there. Fucking. This is what I'm talking about. I'm not doing anything wrong. I'm just not being... It's an impenetrable wall. I can't turn. I have to wait behind the thwomps. Look how far everyone else is ahead of me because fucking DK happened to be there while I was respawning. You know what? Fuck it. I might as well practice going kind of... There's no fucking point. It's just varying degrees of fucking suffering. The brake does not work! No, this is not the GBA version. This is the first fucking game and it sucks. Anyone who likes this game is just fucking wrong. I mean, you can still like this game, but I'm saying it's like, anyone who says this is the first Mario Kart's the best, which I don't think is anyone. I don't think I've ever heard that take. They're fucking wrong. I might as well. Does this game want a blood sacrifice or something? I fucking think it does. Okay. Okay. Let me go on the outside of the course where there are fewer racers. Okay. Being unable to bump other people off to maintain my acceleration speed. Not fun either. Okay. I just need 3rd place or 4th place. For fucking anything that does not cause me to rank out is a victory on this level. Also, I hit the item button 3 different times there. It was only on the 3rd time that it allowed me to use the item. I think that has to do with how this game's brake. Okay. I think that has to do with how this game loads items. I don't think you can use an item while jumping or being bumped. Because I think it needs you to be stationary to like load the physics on that. Or not the physics, I don't know what I would call it. The fucking trajectory. I guess it's kind of physics, just not like physics as we think of it. God damn it. That's the only section of this course. Why can't I jump over item panels? But not fucking anything else in this game, it feels like. Ugh. I think that's the only... That final stretch there is the only part of this level where you can... I tried to brake there, but I accidentally hit the bumper, like, reflexively to gain control back. So I hit brake and bumper, so what just happened is I just slowed down, but then jumped into it. That's fucking all I need. That might actually have been a really clutch red shell. Never mind, I lost. Never mind. Thwomps. They decided I didn't win. They just decided I lost. On good games, I would say I'm alright at Mario Kart. I probably wouldn't win, like, a tournament against people who play Mario Kart a lot, but I have gotten triple gold on every course in Mario Kart 8. Actually, that's a partial lie. I think there's something I struggled with in Mario Kart 8. I couldn't remember what. But I'm not even going to aim for triple gold in Mario Kart 8, because I'm like... I just know there's so many goddamn courses in 8. Okay, so... Use everything I've learned. Use the mushroom there. Slow down around turns, because if I'm in first place, I don't have to be bumped around by invisible bullshit. I'm not invisible.
I mean, it is kind of invisible from my point of view, because I can't see... I guess the more accurate term would be non-visible. Because they're behind me, and I can't look down, because this level's so precise that if I'm not looking at the upper screen, I can't tell where shit is. So, like, yeah, there's a rear camera, technically, in the game. And it auto-uses it for me. Because it thinks it's beneficial. But it's not. God damn it, and I've lost. Like, that's basically the race over, practically. Because I'm going to fucking hit something. Honestly, coins might be the best item on this particular course. I would argue that. God damn it. How do you bypass the thwomps without being knocked off the edge? Because if I try to go around them, someone will hit me off the edge. It always happens. And I've lost. I can't fucking move around. I'm trying to move away. He was doing so well. It's always the last fucking course of this, and then it gatekeeps me. With these fucking thwomps! F-Zero came out before this. How did we go wrong? Okay, go around, use my acceleration. I've done this woodcraft before! There's no right answer. There's no order to fucking deal with this course. Fucking Mario takes up all the goddamn course. I cannot bypass him unless he just goes another direction. I can't go around the thwomps because the controls suck and will cause me to turn off the edge. Okay, I'm just going to... You know what? Maybe I'll save more time by, like, slowly detouring around the thwomps very carefully. I mean, I'm going to have to if I want to win on this. Okay, just, like, cling to the edge outside of it. Fucking... The feather's not good. I don't know why I use it. They're just trying to get another item. Okay. 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 Thwomps are merciful. What the fuck? It moved me over! I was like, maybe I would have still been hit by the thwomp, but like I was slightly to the right of it, and then I was suddenly like the 4 pixels to the left of it. I needed to be hit by it. Okay. I do think, I'll keep this in mind if I don't win on this last segment, that the time of just carefully inching outside of the thwomp range might be what's saving me. I didn't think it was going to save me as much as it feels like it really has been. No, the one time I didn't. The one time I didn't. Fucking kill me. Alright. Close contact. Let's go to a different Mario Kart game that doesn't suck as much ass. Where am I on 64? I don't remember where I'm at. Where am I on this one? DK I found a lot of success with. Okay, so I'm already gold, silver, bronze, bronze. Okay, I'll start with one I'm bronze on, and I'll improve from there. Are there any other... Is it only 4 cups in this game, too? Game I can actually kind of control. It's... Hell yeah. I didn't even properly fucking drift there, but it was just like... Oh, you drifted, but you didn't technically do it right, but you did it not wrong enough to, like, punish. The one thing I don't like, I really don't like the slip-out mechanic. I've talked about it before. It's particularly punishing coming from the prior game. I find it funny that Yoshi is DK's rival. That feels weirdly fitting. A lot of the rivals I'm like, okay, fine, whenever the game. But this one I think makes sense. I feel like half the cast would be Mario would be the rival, you know? If you just tried to, like, apply it by who literally has more of an antagonistic relationship with Mario. Okay, come on. Okay. God damn it. I thought that was the course. I don't know why. I'm not used to, you know, the first game really makes you think the races are going to be short and suffering based. This game, you actually... actually get, like, a decent chance. They also kind of figured out how item panels work in this game, which is cool. Because, you know, they're boxes, they're easy to see. This is how you know I'm going to win. I have the DK banana. 4 cups in mirror mode. Okay, yeah, I can do that. I wasn't 100% sure. I know I should have drifted there, but sometimes... I was a little worried of spinning out, mainly, was my concern. Like that. Just that. That's what I was worried about. That's why I was holding on to the fucking... I also wish aiming made sense in this game. One of my pet peeves is... Fuck me, I cannot aim in this game. There we go. No. Wait, how many laps are there? That was all... Okay. I'm so not used to races lasting this long. The races feel way longer in this game. Why the fuck does... I cannot understand the fucking weird, like, burnout mechanic. It just sucks. It's the one gripe I really have with this game. It's a fine Mario Kart game otherwise. But it's the fact that it does not allow you to hold the drift for too long, which is maybe realistic, but I don't think that makes it a good decision, you know? Like, that's kind of what I expect from, like, a realistic racing sim, and this is fucking Mario Kart. I'm playing as a giant monkey in a go-kart. Boom, 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 boom. Okay, it's sort of final stretch. God damn it. Gotcha. God damn it! Okay, hold B.
Okay. I don't know what B is on this controller, admittedly. I'm using a PS5 controller, which is kind of not the best for emulating Mario, the Ultra 64. That'll work. I don't care if it's right. It'll work. Why didn't I drift there? I love when in this game they run into your item. It's such a funny fucking mechanic. It sucks when it happens to you though. It's one of those like it's really funny to do. Whoa, that polygon really had it out for a vengeance. I mean, I knew I was gonna run into it. I was trying to think of like how can I avoid it. Oh come on! What even hit me there? I'm not entirely clear what happened. Mario, shut the fuck up. This is part of why the fucking slipper mechanic sucks to me. It's because I'm like, oh, I'll just fucking turn left. But then it's like, oh, you actually pressed right slightly before that. So you're gonna spin out now. I don't know what I hit there, but it clearly was not anyone I was looking at. What? He fucking teleported. That one didn't. That was just bad timing. Alright, let's see if I can make the comeback run. Because it's possible in this game. Unlike Super Mario Kart, I feel I can make a comeback sometimes if I get items. I'm not getting items, though. Come on. That'll work. Pass Bowser. Come on, pass Bowser. Are you fucking kidding me? Alright, well, since I'm going for gold. No. Okay, well, now I know what the B button is. Clearly, I've just been playing the wrong character. To beat Wario Stadium, I have to be Wario Stadium. Okay, so the other thing that fucks with me is because Super Mario Kart 64, uses the D-pad and can't use the analog stick. I mean, I could rig it to do it, but this game uses the analog stick. It's meant for the analog stick. Okay. Are you kidding me? To be fair, that was peak Mario Kart. There's kind of nothing more Mario Kart than what just happened there. The other thing I've got to get used to is the idea that the smoke only works if it's orange. If it goes any further than orange, you reset and often lose control. It's just, in that regard, it's like they tried to prevent snaking from existing before snaking even existed. So it just means if you're used to later games that allow snaking, or mechanics even remotely similar to it, you just get fucked over in this game sometimes.
I find it funny that Wario, by this time, finally became like a major Mario character. Because he was not. Like, it's what's weird about Mario Kart's history. He's like, he was, you know, an obscure fucking mobile character, basically. And then suddenly he's just like, oh yeah, Wario's one of the main casts. I feel like that was kind of because there weren't a lot of big Mario characters yet, and like Wario kind of felt significant by concept. Like, he's fucking Mario's rival, you know? Like, Bowser's his main enemy, his arch nemesis, but Wario... The drifting is so close to feeling good in this game. And it just barely does not feel good. Sometimes. Like that one, that was my fault. I should have taken the turn wider. I feel bad for Yoshi there. God damn it, like, there was no time to react. It didn't even make the noise. It just spun me out there. Like I said, it's like it's trying to be overly realistic about a mechanic that doesn't make sense in the first fucking place. I guess I'm just going in a straight line on this one. Like, I don't, because there's no snaking, you can't really, like, oscillate back and forth on that straightaway to try and, like, preserve a little bit more speed. Oh, come on. Come on! Okay. At least it didn't completely eat. Yeah, I know who Wario is. Okay, well, can I fucking quit now? No, shut up. I want to quit so I can retry. My two complaints. I don't like the spin-out mechanic. And this game is slow sometimes in the menus. It's all because I ditched DK. The like the menu time, the fucking like cutscenes in this game, slow as shit. I don't know music. Did I accidentally disable music? There it is. It's weirdly haunting, silent. I draft off of you, Mario. I'm taking that as a kinda. God damn it. It's that turn where I don't know why I instinctively turned left there. And why I always fucking hit this wall. I also keep hitting... Okay, I expected that to be like 64. Or fucking Super Mario Kart. Once again, the prior game really punishes you for trying to learn this one. And vice versa. Why did I lose? Or drift there? I didn't reach orange. Unless I did for like 4 collective seconds. Why? The other weird thing is, the drift sometimes kind of over-forces you in another direction. Oh, I guess I got a draft there. I have no clue what the draft looks like or works like in this game, honestly. I'm constantly turning the music off, trying to use items because it's a different button than... Whatchamacallit? Okay, Wario? What the fuck? God damn it. Go! Stupid monkey, go! I'll call you an ape when you fucking win. If I don't get at least second place with this game's stupid scoring system, because I cannot get items. That's unrelated, but... I have to really preemptively turn on these turns to not be launched into the wall. Oh, come on! Stupid 2D characters existing in a 3D world. Whatever, second place will do. My logic is I'm going to give myself an hour for each prior game I'm not doing great in before I move on to whatever the current latest game is. Which at this point is Super Circuit, which I think my rule of thumb for when I'll be allowed to move on to another game is when I've gotten at least a bronze on every, truly distinct course. So Super Circuit's going to be a little slow because fuck this game. See, the spin-out sucks so much. I know that was a different spin-out mechanic, technically. That's like the, ooh, you're being greedy. You're fucking pressing the button. I don't like the fucking penguins. I shouldn't have used lightning there. I need more... Fucking... Are you kidding me? This game still has some spite in it. It's not like it's not quite a fair game, I would say. I know, like... I would argue there is, like, no fair Mario Kart other than maybe 7 and 8. And they still have plenty of haymakers to fucking throw at you. But this game will still completely go out of its way to fuck you over.
oftentimes when you're not even doing anything like exceptionally wrong, I don't know how I squeaked into second place. That was fucking weird. Oh, okay. Whatever, that'll work. What's your favorite Mario Kart soundtrack and why is it Waluigi Pinball? I actually think it's Music Park. I really like... Or Technodrome, I don't remember which one's which. Or is it Electrodome? I don't remember what they're called. It's one of the two music-themed levels. I really love those two. I think those two might be my favorite Mario Kart tracks, period, actually. Now I remember why I have a bronze in this course. Or in this spree. I am not good at this particular... track. What the fuck? It's this ramp that sucks so much. And the reason it sucks so much is because if you miss that ramp, you just lose the race, pretty much. The time it takes to back off. No! Why did it... I hate that that fucking ground causes you to tumble for no reason. Like, it doesn't even physically make sense. Like, what am I tumbling on? Why? I can't get the B button thing to work because I don't notice it in time. I don't realize I'm going to spin out because it feels so random for when it fucking happens. That was... Okay, and I've lost. Oh, okay. No! Is that what Bowser sounds like in this era? Alright, goodbye, Luigi Lito. I'm going to continue to suffer. Maybe I should try other courses. Or I can be stupid and throw myself at the same course over and over again. Also, the game looks so much better when you have a held item out. I mean, not like graphic quality wise, but it's so much easier to tell where I am and where everything is spatially. It's almost worth it to hold one just for that factoid. Because like right now, Bowser takes up like, not quite a quarter, but I would say a 16th of my screen. But I don't really need to see that. I need to see where he is relative to everything else. Why isn't Mario up and... Why is Toad my fucking rival? You'd think it would be either Mario or maybe Peach. That feels fucking random. I don't know what caused me to spin out there. Is it being bumped from behind? Does that cause you to spin out? Continue miss item boxes, but whatever. Do heavier characters spin out less, or do they spin out more? Toad, you are not fast enough to be this far ahead. Why the fuck are you ahead of me? I'm playing a character whose whole gimmick is being fast. And heavy. Like, I should have the highest top speed, right? How am I behind Toad? Who, like, clearly outspeeds me, because I am... If I'm not drifting, he's just faster. Okay, that one's my fault. Okay. Why is the smoke not turning yellow there? I don't get drifting in this game. I've said it before. But there's, like, it feels like there's hidden mechanics that are incredibly unclear about it. Like, it didn't turn yellow there. I don't know what... Didn't turn yellow there. Why did those two turns not give me drift? But all the other turns did. That'll work. I guess Toads are kidnapped along with Peach? I mean, I get why Toad would be upset with Bowser, but why is Bowser upset with Toad? Toast. Mario really wants to be played. No. Why? I fucking hit the D-pad. I had my hand on the D-pad, and now I'm in last place because this course sucks. How do you take that turn? Like, what's the... Because my instincts say drift around it. That feels right. See, that one had a really long wind-up to the sound of, like, me, like, drifting out. I probably should have hit B there. You take a wide turn? Like, what's the... Okay, yeah, you do take a wide turn there. And is it just a wide turn? Okay, why do these... I don't... Okay, no, I don't know. I don't get how you turn there. It just seems like there isn't enough space. Okay, so this area makes a lot of sense drift-wise. I get drifting there. Okay, my conclusion is just brake. That also seems to be putting me on a better timing cycle. Why did I do that? Okay, it gave me it. That's Kart 64. They Kart 64. They refused to elaborate why it was never released. I don't. I want to say something in response to that, but I'm just glad it let me win. I've been wanting to make a video for Ozzy the Owlbear that's all about. It's titled like all of the the Freddy Fazbear games, and you think it's gonna be like FNAF 2, FNAF 3, FNAF whatever. But then it's all of like the licensed games that Fazbear Entertainment has made in universe. And I know I want them to start on the Fairchild. I don't know, it just kind of feels perfect. I don't even know if half the people in this chat, I don't know if anyone in this chat actually, we got a pretty small sample size. I don't know if anyone in this chat knows what the fuck a Fairchild is. Without looking it up, someone in chat, explain what a Fairchild is. It's a video game console for context. You are not allowed to say, well, it was a video game console. You have to describe what was unique about it. God, I hate that turn. That turn is fucking evil. Because I always forget that I can't normally turn on it. You can't drift on it. You cannot normally turn on it. You fucking just have to suffer. And you can drift on anything else on this course. I don't know how to avoid him. I could have gone left, but I would have missed the turn. I guess it's better to miss a turn. Maybe that's my fucking, like, issue with the philosophy of this game. Like, design-wise and race-wise. Black and red buttons? Nope, you're wrong. If that turn could have an alignment, it would be chaotic evil. It would fucking, though. Okay, you know what? It's here. Let me just ignore it. That's the answer. You just pretend it does not exist. The blue shell is so fucking rare in this game. Like, I feel like... Because this game doesn't really... I mean, it has some item sorting, I think, barely. It feels like there are certain items that are more common up front than in the back. But I think it's just probability. I don't think it's... God, getting a gold mushroom in third place. Okay, wait. No. No. Nope, no, I lost. This is what I'm talking about. It's like impossible to recover if you fall behind on that part. I'm playing Simulator 64. Controller, black and red buttons. Casio, Casino, design. Where the fifth game come from? 70s controller with Snickers bar controllers. That kind of... Yeah. I don't know if I'd call them Snickers bars. Okay, so... You know what? Since I'm going to be... Okay, no, I still have a little bit of time in this game. So, before I explain the Fairchild, I'm going to try another course. You know what's part of what fucks with me about this game? You can use the D-pad anywhere else. The D-pad is
fine on these menus, but the second you get into actual gameplay, it doesn't work. But firstly, before I show off the Fairchild, I will elaborate on its history a little bit, because it's kind of funky history-wise. So, the long and short of it... What the fuck happened there? That was like some Petscop shit. That felt like the game wasn't meant to do that, and it just did. Okay. What the fuck? I don't like how those just kind of come out of nowhere. There's something kind of creepy and uncanny about it I can't explain. That has some just weird, like, people still live here energy, for lack of a better term. Like, the what the fuck? Fairchild, right? I think the actual name of the console is technically the Channel F, but Fairchild was a company that made it, and it's more known as the Fairchild now. In kind of like hindsight. So it was the first, or would have been the first cartridge-based video game console in 1970. It was kind of funky because it also had a built-in Pong game. Like, it had Pong built in. You didn't need a cartridge to play it. But you could also put cartridges in. And there are these big yellow cartridges that could play multiple games. So they kind of had a lot of storage space, but they weren't using it because the concept of like an RPG video game did not exist yet. So it's just like, oh, I can fit 4 shitty arcade games onto it, like about Atari level, maybe a smidge better, smidge worse, depending on the game. Some games I would say are some games I would argue are a little bit more impressive than Atari, but I would also argue several of them aren't because they're such small little brief mini games. But it was pretty much on par with the Atari. Would have come out prior. Would have had a better, arguable starting package of a console because it comes with multiple games on one cart along with fucking Pong. So it's like you're getting a lot content-wise out of the box with the console. And I'll stand by this. It has a way better controller than an Atari. Hello, the gal with the bow plan. I don't like the Atari controller. I've used it before, and I've used the Fairchild controller before. The Fairchild controller is way better. And it has more inputs too. So the Atari, you can only move around analog, loosely 360, we'll say. And then you have the one action button. The Fairchild not only has the one action button, in that you can... I'll have to explain, because you'll have to see the controller to understand what the fuck I want to be talking about soon. This course sucks. Why does Lakitu take that long? Also, I'm basically in last place now, and I don't think I'll ever quite recover properly because of how this course is designed. But the point is, the Fairchild could do more inputs. It could do more than just one button. So the Fairchild has more capability. It has arguably a better cartridge system and design. I think it has a dust cover on its cartridge slot too. What the fuck? I think my Mario Kart copy might be cursed. I think every copy of Mario Kart 64 is personalized. I'm holding B. What the fuck? Why does every early Mario Kart game need to exist to torture you? Like, why are they so fucking hard, and not like in a fair hard. They are just a horseshit hard. Just like a how was I meant to fucking... I can't... Okay. Okay. I'm gonna talk about the Fairchild now. Alright, let me... Okay, actually let me pull up, because I already have this up for the stream. I typed in the wrong name of the thing. Images. Alright. Oh, channel off. Yeah, that's what it's called. Okay. So... this is the Fairchild. The Channel F. So, you can see it comes with a cartridge that has multiple games on it. It is kind of like an Atari appearance-wise. There's a revision of it. I think the controllers became detachable. I think that's the only difference. So let's talk about these controllers, right? You hold them vertically. And yeah, it does have a dust cover. Kind of like a stick. And then you can push the button down into the controller. You can twist it left or right, or you can pull it up. On top of being able to rock around the controller like a normal... like almost like it's actually more like an analog stick than even the Atari joystick is. You genuinely just use your thumb or maybe both hands like it. In fact, you can use this console one-handed for some games. And it's fun. Like the even the starting games on this are cool and it plays well. And the Pong game on it is great because you control the goalie by pushing the thing up and down. Like you pull it up to pull the goalie up and push the goalie down. But then you have your own paddles around the court that you can twist and turn and move around. Let me see if I can find... there's actually an AVGN segment on it. In Pong consoles. Here. That's loud. That's really loud. Here, we'll mute AVGN. Where is Fairchild?
Channel F was another innovation. It's a cartridge-based console, but it includes a great Pong game. The controllers were the most complicated yet, and it takes some time getting used to, but when you do, it's awesome. Rocking the stick moves the paddle in any 4 directions. Twisting and turning changes the angle the paddle's facing. Pushing and pulling moves the goalie up and down. If you play with a friend, it makes for a busy and intense game of Pong. This is the ColecoTel.
So, yeah. And I have this thing. I have a Channel F. And I've been meaning to use it for that fucking Ozzy the Owlbear episode for ages. Like, that's been in my back pocket concept-wise for, like, a year now. Actually, I think more like 2 years. Anyway. Let's suffer some in a different way. Super Circuit. Yeah, so it's a great version of Pong. The sound effects are really cool. And it controls like weird. Oh, we fucking right. The buttons are different on this one. No. Once again, the fucking buttons change every one of these first few games. DK. So I've got gold, gold, gold. That's what I did off stream. And now we got Special Cup, which I haven't played any of Special Cup yet because I've been saving it for the stream. Let's suffer. Oh, I actually got the timing on that. God damn it. It's... what the fuck? Why is the drift not working? Like, there's a specific way the drift works. and it wasn't working. What the fuck? Okay, so you can't hit the wall? This is evil. I can't remember any time where you could not hit a wall. I mean, you'll fall off the track on a lot of stages, but it will send you back because you hit the wall. Because it's actually a ramp. That's fucking cruel. What the fuck? Okay. Yeah, it's just it's just better Super Mario Kart because it's Wario. It's just better Super Mario Kart in general, I would argue. Apparently, I'm now really good at that fucking quick start. So, I think this is one of those you really can't drift kind of courses. I mean, you can, but it feels like it's really punishing to drift on this one. God damn it. That's what I'm saying, where it's like it feels really drifting. I would argue, yeah, Mario 64 really is the first Mario Kart game as we think of it. This game is kind of one, but it's still not. It's much more recognizable as a Mario Kart game. I'll say that. It's not as like weird and nonsensical. This track is so disorienting. I'm really struggling to tell where I am in this course and like what I'm supposed to do. And I know like this game has the heads up to try and warn you about that, but it's not enough. This game is basically if Mario Kart 1, Super Mario Kart, played a little bit more fair. Like, yeah, it's still really hard, and the controls are still not good. So you just lose if that happens. Yeah, Double Dash, I would argue 64 is the first good game, collectively. But Double Dash is where it becomes Mario Kart, truly. Like, it feels like, wow, this is a Mario Kart game where I'm playing Mario Kart. 64 is like, oh, wow, this is technically Mario Kart. As like a primal ancestor. It's like finding the Allosaurus. I mean, like, oh, this is not a Tyrannosaurid as we think of it, but is a fascinating precursor. How do you... The other courses aren't like this. Why are you like this? And the worst part is, this course looks the fucking same everywhere. Background's cool, though, on this one. I really like the effect they pulled off to try and make it look like it was actually turning with you. Okay, so it's the harsh turn. When I get to that fucking U-turn is when it pulls that. Shit. And that one zag. And I did the early 2D Mario Kart curse of hitting a wall. How dare I? You better take those fucking turns carefully. goddamn, those turns. And that wall, they really fucking have it out for you. At least it's only 3 laps in this game. It's not 5 agonizing laps like in the first game. I mean, those 5 laps are pretty quick. So it doesn't really bother me, but... Come on, give me a straightaway. God, this course is all fucking twists and turns. What's everyone's favorite Mario Kart? Like, I already said 8. I like Double Dash, I like Wii, I like 7. I like all the ones that are Mario Kart. I don't dislike this one, though. If I was a Game Boy Advance kid, which I'm not, this one's cool looking. I know it's a reskin of the fucking haunted house, but what are you going to do, you know? That just happens. At least it looks like there's kind of straightaways in this one. I will say this game is way more diverse, like, content-wise. Than the first one. The first one's so repetitive, like it reuses so many assets and things. To the point where there's just like 2 evil versions of like every level, it feels like. Like there's the normal version that doesn't quite suck ass, but then there's the 2 variants of it that just destroy you compared to the normal. As long as Yoshi doesn't... The other weird thing is that I've noticed that's a little different about this game versus Mario Kart 1. And it's also just different from other Mario... Or actually, let me rephrase this. Let me restart this. The thing that's different about these first 3 Mario Karts versus, like, every Mario Kart that will come after. The scoring system in this game is first place gets 9, second place gets 6, third place gets 3, fourth place gets 1. And if you get any places below that, you get no points. So basically, the bottom half of the bracket does not matter. I mean, it also doesn't matter because you rank out, but there is no purpose to... No, you can't bounce. I'm trying to figure out how to, like, take these turns better. It feels like I can No, that's gonna launch me too much, though. And even the fucking speed boosts feel punishing on this. Like, I don't feel really rewarded for hitting a speed panel on this track. And the thing is, I'm landlocked to this game. Like, I'm going to have to beat this if I want to play Double Dash. Because the rule of thumb I've established is I have to at least beat on fucking least gold. This is fine. Yeah, I'm actually surprised Bowser isn't DK's rival. I know it's a little weird, but, like, you think about it, like, he's the villain who kind of replaced DK. Alright, ooh. Anyone heard of bicycle theory? No. that like a FNAF thing, or is it just a theory that exists? Fuck off, really? The fact that coins aren't an item in this game either. I mean, okay, there's coins on the track, but, and they have a coin counter, and how this one works is, I don't know if it changes your acceleration, but it means if you get bumped without any coins, and a reminder, CPUs do not have coins. They only take the coins away from you, they have no coins themselves. So right now, before I got any coins, if I were to be hit, I would spin out as if I had hit like a shell or something like that. But it's all good, because I'm... Are you kidding me? Is that a punishment for hitting a Boo? I don't know why I got, like, cursed there for a moment. Because Boo... I don't think Boo's an item. Oh, he is an item in this game. Is that Boo doing a thing? What? That counts as not hitting the fucking thing? Yeah, 3. Second place is not bad. That will work. Speaking of FNAF, I finally read the Mimic story. Yeah, it's a decent one. I think my only critique of the Mimic short story is Edwin's a bit of an asshole, and it doesn't really feel like... I mean, I get it. He's in a stressful position. He's a single dad, and his kids are really annoying. But I only get 2 coins starting on this one? So, I fall off once on this fucking track with lava pits, and I'm now cursed for the rest of the fucking race until I get coins? That's so fucking evil. There's this great quote from, he's like, not Tommy Pickles, but he's like a very similar kind of like silly name, but he's an actual person. But he was the game dev for a lot, or not game dev. He was the beta tester for deciding a lot of what games came over from Japan to the U.S. in the early '80s. So like stuff like Mario 2, like the Lost Levels. The reason we never got it is because of him, because he played it and he said something like to the, obviously not literally to Nintendo Japan, but the guy who would tell Nintendo Japan, how could Mr. Miyamoto let a game so cruel come into existence? Which, if you've ever played the Lost Levels, is an accurate summary. Lost Levels is really hard, and not in like a fair way. It's like it's a silly, fucking like almost Kaizo quality hard, where it's like trying to be frustrating and unpredictable and weird, not just make like a fair hard challenge. And so they reskinned Doki Doki Panic because they realized they did not have a fun sequel to Mario that was like interesting or added anything really new. And the game did well in Japan, but it's also because it was like, oh, it's Mario, but I think you can save in Lost Levels because it's a disc system game. So like it sold well in Japan, but also because it was just like no one knew what they were fucking getting into, and kids in the U.S. and you may say like a fucking difference. Okay, this sucks. Has there ever been a permadeath mode where you fall out of the stage and you die permanently? Technically not, but I feel like there's some courses where that's almost the case. Oh, hey, Rainbow Road. I didn't even think about the fact that I'm on special course. Oh yeah, the visuals weren't good. The visuals were just Mario 1. With some slight new textures. Wow, this looks a lot more Rainbow Roady than the than... God damn, the FX chip. Oh, I like how they've used bumper wall. Okay, this one feels fair because it's fucking Rainbow Road, which is known for having no walls. Like, that's part of its identity, you know? I like this Rainbow Road a lot more. Fuck off. Okay, this is frustrating me, but it's pretty. It's a cool looking level. I would rather suffer on a pretty level than suffer on a level that is confusing to look at. Okay, I guess this is one of those, yeah, like, it's so hard to tell in the early games what kind of track it is. Because there are different kinds of tracks, I would argue, where they expect you to play a different way. And there's something kind of cool about that, in a way. But it's also like, oh, okay. Well, I wasted my entire first attempt. Like, it's not very pick up and play, is what I'm saying. It's more of a pick up and suffer than learn to play and play all right and still suffer. Much like Mario 2, actually. It's kind of how that one works, too. It's a very trial by error. Whatever, third place is bad. But Mario 2, also known as Doki Doki Panic, is like a fun, cool game. It's also a game they couldn't really release in the US, and it was made by, not Miyamoto, but the same team that overall worked on Mario. So it feels like a Mario game. It's a fun game. It's not that hard, but about the same difficulty as the first Mario. Alright, well... Oh, there's credits? Okay, well, we'll let the credits play. I can't skip those. Takeshi Yukio. Okay. Doki Doki Panic is kind of cool. Lost Levels is not. That's the end of the point. Good night, Crash Master. Hope you luck in your timeline. I wanna... Okay, it does let me... So I have to get gold, I'm pretty sure, to unlock the final courses, or start unlocking them. Because I think you need gold, and then I think you need 100 coins on each track. So you need to... Or not each track, each Grand Prix, you need to collect a total of 100 coins. Now I just remembered, even though I lose coins, I can just kind of go where I want to go a lot more in this game. Never mind, shut up, me. Yoshi's stealing all my coins. I don't even get anything out of this. You're like a debt collector who, like, doesn't actually get any of the money or debt they collect. You're just paid to be an asshole. You don't actually get anything out of this. What the fuck's your deal? Like, your only benefit is because this company is so desperate to get, like, fucking, like, $50 from whoever. That they're gonna fucking hire borderline a hitman. I feel like at that point you just call the police, you know? Like, if it's illegal to violate the debt they've collected, get the police. Who already get paid in the first place. Like, it's a fucking weird system if you think about it. I'm sure there's, like, a historical reason I don't quite understand. I guess it's scarier to have a debt collector whose, like, only job is this. You know? Like, or talk about the Magic the Gathering Pinkerton situation? I have no clue what the fuck you're talking about. I was just making up, like, a scenario in my head. Talking about how, like, the concept of a debt collector is kind of funky to think about. Okay. I was already not doing well on that one. This is a much more brutal series than I thought it was going to be. I knew the first few games were going to be, like, hard and kind of clunky, but blah. Because I feel like I feel like I'm sometimes playing well, and then other times I feel like I'm doing terrible, and then I'm like, I don't know how I would have done not terrible. Like, it doesn't feel like I'm learning, is the thing. I think that's like the reward of a game that's hard, but, like, ultimately fair. Is it feels like when you fuck up, you learn why you fucked up, you know? And you use that as, like, a learning point to improve the next few times. This feels more like a slot machine to me, admittedly. Like, it doesn't feel like I'm good at this game. Or bad at this game. It feels like it's punishing and weird. Okay. I don't I think I hit the brake button and that caused me to bounce against the wall or something. Why the fuck does that behave that way? I was experimenting with braking there on some of those turns because I'm like, oh, I haven't really tried braking that much. I've normally just been letting off the gas to take the turns. And I think I have the right idea. I don't think braking is actually that good of a call. Okay, that's better than nothing. That'll work. Oh, okay. That's a weird Magic the Gathering leak lore. Speaking of card games, I've integrated a cool mechanic. I mean, it's always been in the game, but fuck, what's the username? When I was showing off some of the newer FNAF cards I've been working on the community tab. All of them have the gimmick where they're treated as both withered and toy animatronics, and that has to be written in. But I didn't want to call them the withered toy animatronics because that'd be fucking stupid. And that matters for the sake of several effects. Some effects will specify they only respond to a withered or a toy animatronic. You know. Okay. That sucks. What the fuck, Lakitu? Lakitu, I do not understand. I commend you for putting me a little bit ahead of where I technically lost. But I'm confused by what is exactly happening. Okay, whatever. What I did instead was I wrote treated as blank, having blank in its name, and I've done this for a ton of cards. In fact, almost every set and almost every game has at least one card that has that mechanic in it. Often, I would say at least 5 cards each set cover that concept, where it's like, this technically isn't named this because that's not what it's called in lore, or isn't a very fitting name for it in lore. For example, even though he's still kind of called William in Man in Room 1280. Like, no, actually he isn't. He straight up is not called William Afton in Man in Room 1280. So I either had to call him the Man in Room 1280, or my alternative idea, and it was, and what I ended up settling on, because it was an easier name, it was a little catchier, and it's a little bit more accurate, is calling him the Remains. The stupid bouncy physics of these early games are the bane of my existence. They only exist to... That was my own fault. I mean, kind of. It didn't look like it would bounce that way, so I don't know whether that feels like it was my fault or not. So on one hand, I did that to myself. On the other hand, it did not seem like doing that would do that to myself. So I ended up calling him the Remains, because that's a little bit more ominous. It's still very accurate to what that card is, so I had to say, treat it as having William Afton in its name, because we know it's William. But the characters in the story that it's referencing don't, and the Man in Room 1280 is a very fucking long name. God damn, you'd think I would have a Digimon on Lifeline with the fucking beeping sound effect. Okay, so I got to retry. You're spinning out and you touch the edge of the finish line? That's funky. I don't know if I'll be able to take advantage of that. Because I don't know how to, like, willingly do that to myself. Fuck off. Like, you can't ride the line on some of this stuff. It's part of what makes Mode 7 almost a kind of cruel mechanic. Or visual work. Is it gives you the illusion that you're 3D, right? Which means 3D objects can kind of ride the line. You can have a little bit of your car be in the lava, and that's fine. As long as the full cart isn't. But you're actually not according to the game. You're like a dot in the middle of the model. So if that dot crosses the line, then you're fucking dead. Or I'm not exactly sure what the shape of the hitbox of the player is in this game, but my point like stands. I'm Are you fucking kidding me? Like, it's always 2 steps forward, 1 step back. And there is no drifting in this game. I don't care if there technically is a drift. It is so unintuitive, and I would... God damn it! That was a fucking mace. He was fucking whipping it around. I guess a Morning Star, whatever the fuck the difference is. Sometimes those seem... I guess the Morning Star is just like a term for the big sharp ball with spikes on it. It technically isn't a mace. A mace can be fucking anything. Are you fucking kidding me? I can't even bump people out of the way without this game tormenting me. British theory's fucking dumb. I'm just gonna be up front. I'm not in a mood to like humor a theory like that. It's also I don't get why Scott last minute would be like, oh yeah, William was actually abused. Because it's like, it's not there to justify anything. It's not here to explain his behavior, because it's like, it's not... If Midnight Motorist played into why Afton was abused... What, like, actually, like, if the... It's not like he abuses his kids the same way he was abused. That's not, like, the fucking narrative here. Because if you remove that part of Afton... If you remove the implication Afton acts this way, then it doesn't explain anything, you know? If we saw it twice, if there were 2 versions of Midnight Motorist, one that was mirrored to better fit whatchamacallit, like the Afton household, and one version that like was the same, it was meant to show that Afton takes over his dad and that's why he's so unstable, I would get it. But that's not what happens. It doesn't lead anything because he's not... If you take away Midnight Motorist, nothing says he's drunk or abusive in that physical, like, controlling way. He's maybe controlling in a more different way, you could argue. But it's like, it doesn't play into that, so that part becomes dumb because it's a fucking self-negating prophecy. Like, it undoes what it would theoretically add to the story. It doesn't explain Afton's behavior because he's so weird and psychotic that it's like, those don't really connect. Him hating children doesn't really relate to him being abused, unless you just say abuse people. Okay, fuck me. Also, later in that night doesn't make much sense. A lot of people, when they argue later that night, a lot of people who kind of take it away from Security Puppet or other stuff, say later that night refers to after the Midnight Motorist segment or after the kid runs away. And I kind of get that, but it's still a weird fucking name for a minigame. See, in later games, enemies will spin out if they hit something you have, like a Koopa shell sometimes. Not all of them. It's usually some of the, like, the lesser enemies, but not in this game. Are you fucking kidding me? That's on one part my fault, but on the other hand, I assume I'm immune to stupid nonsense in the star. Fucking kidding me? Like, it just exists to be punishing. And I can't progress past this point by the rules I've established for the playthrough series. Fucking... I feel like a lot of times with the later that night doesn't mean Security Puppet explanations. It feels like it's trying to avoid evidence rather than debunk it. Yeah, I do think a part of it is people who want Afton to have like a reason for being the way he is beyond being a sociopath, but like in a weird way that almost makes more sense than like an abusive dad, because what you often find is some people either become exactly who their parents were because of their abuse or become the exact opposite. It kind of depends on the person. But those are the two cliches I would say narrative storytelling wise. Is you become just like the person you don't want to be like, or you become the other correction. That's usually how a narrative like this works. And what's weird with Afton is he doesn't really connect to that. Like, it's not like killing children is the same as being a drunk, abusive asshat. Now, showing that Afton's a drunk, abusive asshat's really interesting when you consider... It's part of why I've always liked Mike Runaway. Is that comes from a different location now. It now gets us to think about why Afton acts the way he does. In a different context, beyond just like, oh, he actually had a traumatizing childhood, or oh, he's trying to get revenge for the crying child. It now makes us think like that shit just went down the drain for him and he's at a low point, which then makes us think about why. Why would someone who owns a you know, if it's before, I'm going to use it as an example of like, if it's before FNAF 4, you know, you should be thinking stuff like, well, he has his own restaurant, which he's in charge of. That should be not necessarily all he wants, but that's one of the main things we have for an idea of him. And all of his kids are alive. There's nothing shown to us prior to FNAF 4 to show why he would be in a downward spiral like being a drunk. However, if it's after FNAF 4, let's say Frederick's Family Diner just got closed down, because we know it closed. We know from FNAF 2 that for some period of time it was closed. And we don't exactly know why it's closed. Well, we now know it's the bite, but prior to FNAF 4, we didn't exactly know what went wrong with it. And Midnight Motorist serves as this nice connective tissue to show, okay, so it lets me go on it this time. I don't get it. I guess I just wasn't perfectly aligned enough, but it looked like I was pretty on it the last time I tried this. Whatever. But then if you have Midnight Motorist as like the follow-up to FNAF 4 showing what the Afton household was like after the fact, that to me is some cool connective tissue. I like that narrative showing how even if Afton maybe didn't care about the crying child in a linear, traditional way, it had an effect, like those events had an effect on him, because they would. Even if you're a psychopath, losing your fucking business is going to be weird for you. And it's going to be like, Afton seems to really revolve around the concept of power and control. The only times we've ever seen him really like upset are... Holy shit, I don't know how I did that. That was better reaction time than I've ever fucking had with this game. That's a good question. What's your favorite nonsense theory? But like I was saying, it was the idea of him being stripped of, because what I'm talking about when I say like the only time we've ever seen him be even remotely afraid are when the moments where he's not in control. It's not even, like, because think about it. He doesn't give a shit about being a scrap trap. He's like, oh, how, this is fucking weird. This is interesting. That's, like, all of his dialogue. Whereas in Ultimate Custom Night with the Old Man Consequences screaming Easter egg, he's, like, screaming in pain. And it's the only time he's off his game, other than Follow Me, where he also is freaked the fuck out. He isn't afraid of anything in FNAF 2. He fucking actively goes down with Freddy and, like, shuts him down. He's not even afraid of the puppet in that game. But when he's faced with the spirit of the fifth missing kid in Follow Me, suddenly he's actually afraid for like one of the few times we ever see. So I like the idea that William is only disturbed by not being in control. That's the only thing that makes him afraid or feel uncomfortable. That is, in a way, why his ultimate nightmare is Ultimate Custom Night, beyond just like literal, it's a kid tormenting him, yada yada. It's a scenario where he does not decide what does and does not happen. It's part of what's so like genius about like Dee Dee as like a threat is she's like the perfect summary of that feeling and frustration, like the idea that just some random shit can happen and you'll never know when. Even Eleanor is kind of like a sell your soul moment for him, I have a feeling. Because she's the one who kind of controls whether he wins or loses in that scenario. Like, even if he fucking bests Andrew and Jake, he's going to be stuck with her because she's the only thing giving him enough power to fucking win by the end of that story. And once again, going back to Afton is only afraid when he's not in control. In the fourth closet, he's in his fucking A game up until the amalgam starts getting up from the table when it's not supposed to. Like, he is completely confident in almost everything except when he's like, I mean, I guess the one moment where he's not really afraid, but he's like, huh, is when he injects Carlton with Remnant and Carlton just kind of collapses because he didn't know what would happen. So he's like, huh, I guess that's what happens when you get injected with Remnant. Like, he doesn't really, come on, really, fucking come on. How did I miss all of those coins, despite actively looking for them? Can I fucking get coins? There we go. I mainly just want to shut the beeping off. I'm not supposed to be here. I think that net saved me time, though. Never mind. The losing coin thing, I think, is also I think the whole mechanic of coins wouldn't be as frustrating as if they weren't implemented so egregiously. They've really struck a better balance, where it just kind of passively increases your top speed in later Mario Kart. I don't know how you turn off of that. I think this actually might be a course I can kind of drift on. Now that I'm getting the sense of how the bumpers work and how that's meant to be used and all that, I kind of get it a little bit more. No, okay, I've got to aim right when I do that. So I'm talking where I think you actually can kind of cut corners and drift a little bit on this course because Bowser's an asshole. Okay, come on. Fuck me. No. Goddamn bouncing shit. It's the goddamn bumper cart physics. It will never not be annoying. What the fuck? And then Lakitu causing you to spin out. Oh, fucking horse shit. And then I don't get any coins despite the fact that I'm trying my damnedest to hit the coins. Purple guy's Waluigi. I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Okay. And see, part of why the bumper car drifting sucks is it ruins, or bumper car hits suck. It's because they ruin the skill-based parts of the game. Like, Mario Kart's about, like, 50% skill sometimes. Like, 60% items. Okay, fuck me. What am I talking about? This game exists to torment you. See, why didn't it bounce like that? I hit the bumpers. I mean, that was my fault, but the item didn't activate also. Break. God damn it. It's so unfair. It does not feel like it's my fault. It feels like the game is just throwing shit at me. Why do I bounce sometimes and not others? Am I jumping over it? I'm trying to figure out, like, that was my fault, but... I'm really worried I'm going to break this PS5 controller. I haven't hit anything with it. I'm just hitting my leg with it. But I'm just worried I'm going to, like, flip a capacitor or some shit. Like the reverse bit flip instead of benefiting me by sending me to the top of TikTok clock or whatever the fuck. How is that beneficial? I'm doing it because I expect it to help me. But I'm starting to realize, once again, the fake 3D really is punishing in this. Like, it's actually really disorienting and really hard to tell where you are sometimes because, you know, it looks like, oh, you can make that jump. You kind of goofed it, but it's not the end of the world. Okay, so that, I'm just not going to run that side. There's also speed bumps over here, and they don't torment me. Of course you put me after the fucking item boxes. I'm going to get silver is the thing. I don't even think I'm going to lose this race. I mean, I might. But I don't see how I get more than silver. I am going to lose this race now, though. You know what? Fuck it. I don't get it. I don't understand. Because that was me holding right as far as I could. Why did it turn that way?